Hello, I'm Wana, your chart analysis expert. In today's video, I will introduce the HSI 3-minute chart state alarm indicator, a tool that I personally designed and structured to provide precise alerts based on the overall market flow, specifically for NASDQ 3-minute futures.
Most indicators available on the market just show a signal at a specific moment, and that's it. However, in real-world trading, there is something even more important than just an entry signal.
You must assess the overall market flow. Is this a point where you should only consider a long position or only a short position, or perhaps even stay out of the market entirely? And after this position is closed, is it a segment where you should reconsider engaging? You need to collectively determine this.
The indicator I'm showing you today is a tool that focuses on precisely that. The purpose of this indicator isn't just to throw out a lot of signals, but rather to organize the chart to make its structure easier to interpret. Which direction should I focus on now? When should I be cautious? When should I exit my position? And when should I get ready for the next opportunity? I designed it to ensure this flow is seen much more precisely within a single screen view. Alright, first, let me briefly explain the nature of this tool. It's a state-based indicator for interpreting the 3-minute chart with more structure. When you look at charts, you often jump into what seems like a good opportunity, but it's already past its prime. Conversely, you're too afraid to enter, only to realize later it was an excellent spot. But the actual market flow always has a specific state. Is the upward trend dominant or is the downward trend? This indicator focuses on clarifying that market state. So instead of simply displaying one up or down arrow just for entry, exit, wait, and repreparation, it shows the entire flow. The goal wasn't to restrict the direction from the very beginning. In live trading, one of the biggest reasons people fail is they try to take a short position during an uptrend. And they want to take a long position during a downtrend. Constantly swinging both ways every time you touch the chart will eventually lead to missing the overall market flow, often resulting in repeated stop losses. Therefore, this indicator from the outset establishes a clear baseline on the chart to first ascertain which direction holds more significance at any given moment. In other words, you don't look at every single signal. It's a structure where you first identify the major direction and then create detailed conditions within it. Even with just this single step, you significantly cut down on unnecessary opposing trades, making the chart far more straightforward. It also filters entries one more time. It doesn't mean you enter immediately just because the direction has been determined. Then, it assesses if the short-term flow is truly active and if the short-term structure is properly aligned, specifically at this timing. This indicator then provides the signals. It's not a simplistic approach like go long because the trend is up, go short because it's down. Instead, it makes you wait for the moment the flow actually consolidates. This indicator emphasizes that it's far more critical to consider when to be cautious than merely focusing on when to enter a trade. Beyond mere entries, this indicator also consistently provides a clear peak signal when the chart briefly overheats or the overall market flow is temporarily interrupted.
And it defines a signal for when to restart, indicating that it's time to re-prepare and then again.
This chart not only provides signals for short-term peaks, but it also indicates short-term bottom signals. Many indicators, after providing an entry signal, essentially leave it up to the user to manage their position as they see fit. But in live trading, the reason for entry matters more.
What's the next position I should enter? Should I be looking in the opposite direction now? Or should I take a break? Should I re-enter immediately? Is this the right opportunity? Or should I perhaps wait for the next one?
This indicator was designed to help you see through this part of the process as well. After exiting a position, there is a cooling off period to prevent immediate re-entry. After a cool down period for the flow, when it's time to re-enter, it signals precisely the right moment with an alarm. This is because people tend to get most impatient right after incurring a loss.
After taking a stop loss, the system is designed to have you pause and wait for always 30 minutes.
We've built in a structure that says, let's pause and look again. And entries are not made at just any random time either. A long position is entered at the exact spot. A peak signal comes up at that precise point, and then a re-entry signal emerges. And then a peak signal appears once more. This is its overall structure. It's not, I missed it, so I'll jump back in. Rather, I only enter when a new reason to enter appears. On the actual screen, I will tell you exactly what you need to be looking at. The core principle here is not trying to interpret every single element all at once. It's a structure designed to make you read the charts in sequence. You will always enter the market based on that particular signal. In live trading, consistent judgment is more important than complex analysis. This indicator is particularly well suited for specific individuals.
This indicator is also for those who, in fast-moving charts like the 3-minute chart, need a structural exit or close position rather than just an entry signal, those who prefer a clear directional proposal over swinging both ways, and those who wish to reduce the habit of immediately re-entering a trade after closing a position by carefully observing the chart.
Those who want to read the chart by its state, not by gut feelings. Conversely, for individuals who desire an indicator that provides numerous signals, or for those who frequently enter trades without any specific prerequisites, this particular style may indeed come across as quite stifling or frustrating.
However, I believe that this very restrictiveness, this sense of limitation, is precisely its greatest strength.
Also, a good tool shouldn't be one that makes you overly excited. It should be a tool that helps reduce unnecessary actions. When you watch this video, don't think of this as a magic signal that's always right. How to define the market state, how to manage the moments before and after an entry. How to navigate and strategically take breaks. This is the exact form that needs to be shown. A truly effective tool isn't one that tries to prophesy the future, but rather one that enables you to interpret the present state of affairs with greater clarity and precision. And this is precisely why I developed this particular indicator. It's less about trying to be right on the charts more often, and more about reading the charts consistently and with greater precision.
It's an indicator for NASDAQ 3-minute futures. Thus, the focus was on developing a tool that reduces confusion, rather than one that just gives too many alerts. And I built it accordingly.
I designed the indicator accordingly. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. All investment decisions and responsibilities are your own. Thank you.